Alright, if we're talking about the ultimate masculine icon, the idol of every suit guy like me, the one that we want to become so hard, it's James Bond. So in this video, I'm going to break down every single thing and detail that makes James Bond the most stylish icon in the suit and elegant fashion men's industry. I'm breaking down his 5 best suits, the essential clothing pieces that you need in order to copy him, his grooming and hairstyle, the attitude that defines him, and what mistakes you should avoid. For the ones that don't know me, my name is Mario Belmonte and I upload several of these videos every week. I'm a personal style, confidence, and relationships with women coach, and I can help you with everything you need for a personalized plan for you. So everything that you're going to see here, I can make you in detail for you, as well as a detailed plan so you can improve your charisma and your dating life. But now let's get to it and let's start defining the 5 best Bond suits ever. The first suit is the black tuxedo, and we can see it in Skyfall. It's a Tom Ford suit, and it's wearing midnight navy that reads black in low light. Okay, as you can see, it's a shawl lapel, just one button, and satin details. For the ones who've seen the movie, you will know that he wore this walking into the Macau casino, and he did it like it was literally his playground. Okay, this tux, it's the representation of control and power. It's the ultimate elegant suit, and you can literally copy this style by wearing a midnight navy or black shawl lapel tuxedo, as I said, and to find brands that are less expensive than Tom Ford, but because I think it's like 7,000 per suit, you can look at brands like Suit Supply, Spire and Mackay, or even ASOS. Okay, if you're on a budget, but yeah, it's not that expensive to look like this, and in my opinion, it's one of the best choices. It's just a white tuxedo shirt with a clean spread collar, satin black bow tie, and black patent leather Oxford shoes, as they are the maximum tie of elegance. If you want a tip, if I were you, I would get everything tailored, okay? As if it doesn't hug your frame, you will lose the impact and the representation that this suit has. And it's not that expensive to have tailored suits. You can buy off the rack and have it tailored later, or you can have directly tailored, which the majority of brands do right now. The second one is the Grey Glen check suit, and we can see it in Goldfinger, worn by Sean Connery. Okay, this one is British to the bone. It's glam plain print, structured and classic lapels, as you can see. It's normal, and it's clean but makes a subtle statement at the same time. In this case, it's a 3-piece suit, and it's very easy to copy, and it's very suitable for that kind of classy situations where you also want to look kind of formal. It's a light to medium gray glam plaid suit, and you could look at brands like, for example, Charles Tilwyth. They also have great shirts and great offers. Or you could also go for brands like Oliver Weeks or Custom Online Tailors. I love Hawker T, which is an online store where you can get your customizable tailored suits. Also, make sure you buy a crisp white shirt. A normal shirt is okay. We'll see later. And a black knit or silk tie with some black cap toe Oxfords, as we said before. And as before, if you want a tip, you could keep the shirt and your tie neutral to let the pattern shine, which is the most important thing in this suit. Then the third suit that we can see is the Navy Prince of Wales suit. And we can see this suit in Spectre, and it's also a Tom Ford suit, which in my opinion is the favorite brand of Daniel Craig, and it's also my favorite brand, of course, who isn't. So it's a textured but elegant suit, and yeah, Prince of Wales check, slim lapel, and fitted pants, obviously. So Bond wore this in Rome in the movie, classy, cold, and clean, and also an amazing scene for the ones who've seen the movie. It's a luxury for a daytime, formal but not so stiff, and kind of corporate, but it's very easy to copy at the same time. So you should always go for a navy suit with a subtle check pattern, a wide spread collar shirt, as you can see here by the shape, and a navy tie with a matte texture. In my opinion, it's the best. In this suit, I think he was wearing some black derbies, not Oxfords. It's also a great choice, and you could go for some slim cuts, especially around the waist and sleeves, and because this one is all about silhouette. Okay, as you can see, it fits him perfectly. And for the fourth one of my favorites, absolutely favorite, is the beige linen suit we can see in Casino Royale. This is a Brioni suit, and Bond wore this in the Bahamas. Okay, as you can see, it's a very good suit for a beach situation. It's a light beige suit with an open shirt for a more of a relaxed situation, but it's also very sharp. Okay, as you can see, it's perfect for summer elegance, and the way to copy it's very easy. Okay, as it's in summer, keep that in mind, and buy a fabric that complements that temperature. Okay, so go for a beige or tan linen or maybe a cotton linen blend suit, and you could look for this kind of suit at stores like Mango, Massimo Dutti, or even Zara for budget options, where you can find high quality suits like this, not spend a fortune and look great. Okay, underneath you should go for a white linen or cotton shirt. Keep sure that you wear the collar open, and for the situation I would go for some brown loafers or suede derbies maybe. Also for the sunglasses, as we can see here and not on the other options, it's optional, but you could wear some brown shades as it complements very well the situation. And I would recommend you to leave the wrinkle sleeve. Okay, that's part of the linen vibe, so just make sure it fits you on point and you will be ready to go. And finally, maybe some of you won't agree, I included this one because this is the tactical wood suit we can see in No Time to Die. And it's a Massimo Alva corduroy, and this one is iconic. Okay, it's absolutely iconic because it's not your typical Bond. It's brown corduroy, unstructured. It's paired with boots and layered gear, but it's still tailored, and it's for kind of a combat situation. Okay, so that's what I love about this suit. And this one shows how Bond keeps his identity even in rooked scenarios. So the way to copy it is just going for a brown corduroy or brushed cotton suit, as you can see, a lightweight Henley or neutral tee underneath, but some black or dark brown tactical combat boots, as we will see a little bit later, are a must. And you could also go for an olive field jacket or a wool overcoat if you want, but it's not mandatory. Okay, this look is all about contrast, as you can see, so formal meets utility, and you should aim for keeping the textures masculine. It's very masculine, as you can see here. And you should also go for some gloves, some leather gloves. Now, I love each one of these suits, but if it weren't enough, I will tell you how you can replicate them more in depth by analyzing which are the essential clothing pieces. I know we saw the majority of them, but let's go a little bit more in depth and see what you should acquire to copy exactly this look. For the suits, you could go, in the majority of times, he wears a one-button suit, always tailored and bespoke, from the best quality fabrics, so you should aim for that. But it's not really complicated. He wears the suits in kind of a corporate way, but never making them look cheap, okay? He's high class, and he represents like this rook masculinity, combat, but at the same time being always refined, which is what defines the Bond style. When we're talking about the underneath, you should always go for a semi-spread collar shirt. Okay, you can perfectly see the difference here. This is the kind of shirt that Bond wears, and the spread collars have this kind of shape. Bond always wears this one. Okay, so if you truly want to replicate the style, you should obviously go for this one. Now, in terms of the timepieces he wears, I would never buy this watch because of what it costs, because I would rather prefer another one. But I have to recognize I love the Speedmaster, and this is the one that he wears in the majority of movies. As we can see here, he wears Omegas. This is his favorite brand and an icon for James Bond. And there's 1,000 accessories that define Bond, okay? Not to make it very long, if you truly want to copy his style as an overview, you should go for some leather gloves, dark sunglasses, and always personalized cufflinks, as you can see in this 007 starter pack. Now for the footwear, we can see James Bond with three main different types of shoes. Okay, we can usually see him with this kind of brown derbies, which are very common in semi-formal situations. He usually goes for Oxfords, black Oxfords, which are the top tier level of elegance, especially if you're wearing a tuxedo, you want to wear that kind of suit. And always keep in mind, for the kind of shoe that you want to wear, that it must match the color of your belt. Okay, if you're wearing a brown belt, never wear brown shoes. You should always match it. And for the color of the socks, it should always match the color of your pants. This is a must and a gentleman rule. Well, this was just a pro tip, but now let's finish the footwear with this combat boots. This is the one I mentioned before, and it's very suitable, we could say, for this kind of action scenes to keep the elegance, but at the same time make him comfortable and keep the mobility. It's not actually that hard. You could replicate the Bond style, but it has plenty of nuances as it's a very detailed and complicated style. If you keep everything structured, you can combine it perfectly and get to the 007 style. But first you need to get all the other things right. So keep tuned, because now we're going to see the grooming and hairstyle that he uses. Okay, as you can see here, all the James Bond have a similar haircut. Here I put some pictures of Daniel Craig, and as you can see, he just has it short on the sides, approximately the same size on top. Okay, very short and always clean shaven. You can see the maximum level of detail, as it's never careless or with no fluff. Okay, he's always sharp and keeps the maximum level of detail in every situation. So it's very easy to, copy. So let's go for the fragrances, which these ones are a must if you want to copy the Bond style. He usually goes for this Floris number 89. I searched it up, and this is the most common Bond fragrance, but he always goes for a masculine and rugged fragrance, so I would aim for Tom Ford Oud Wood, which is kind of expensive, but trust me, it's definitely worth it. This is one of the best of Tom Ford. And now for the attitude. This is one of the traits that makes James Bond so special. Okay, I mean, obviously what makes him so iconic, it's his wardrobe, I'm not gonna lie, but in my opinion it's the only one that it's able to pull off this kind of clothes with also giving a level of action scenes and being so combatly and so deathly. As you can see, his focus, he's unapologetic and cold when he needs to be. His clothes never scream for attention, okay, but he always commands respect, and that's why he chooses this kind of attire. Because you don't need to wear the brands he wears, but your wardrobe should amplify the energy that you're trying to embody. If you've seen the movie, you will see how calm he always is, how he talks, and how he masters body language. So to give and portray this kind of image of a high value man, you also need to give the appearance through your clothing. So always wear the most kind of high quality suits you're able to afford, and make sure you're always taken seriously if you want to have the 007 attitude. Finally, let's go for some mistakes to avoid, which are very easy. Okay, never go for loose fits. He always has his suits bespoke. At least get them tailored for you, even if you buy them off the rack, but never go for loose suits. Also, don't be feminine and don't buy a Tesla. Okay, you should always go for an Aston Martin. Obviously my favorite car since I watched the movie and since I was a kid, obviously. And also never accessorize. Okay, you can wear plenty of accessories in your suits, but never jewelry, as it's definitely not the look you want to pull off if you want the kind of Bond style. In my opinion, if you're a suit guy, he should be your idol, and you should try to copy him in every single way you can. I gave you the blueprint. Now it's your time to go buy everything and start dressing like him. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you start applying to have more James Bond on the street, because it's a kind of look that it's been losing its essence lately, but in my opinion it will always be the best, as it's timeless, and you will always look good with it. As always guys, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye gents.